All right, happy Friday. Happy Friday, my dears. Welcome to our gentle yoga. This is going to be 60-minute gentle yoga. I am starting a couple minutes late, so if we do run, we might run a couple minutes long, but if you have to hop off at 1 exactly, please don't feel bad about that. Do whatever you need to do. All right, so we're going to get started seated today. In a seated position, you could begin cross-legged if that feels nice. If there's any knee sensitivities, always the option to extend one or both legs. You can always even begin on your back if that's what you need today. This is a gentle class, so I'm going to ask us to tune in with our bodies, with our minds. Attempt to slow down and let go of our week. All right, allow the hands to relax down, gently on the knees. You can allow the eyes to close or maybe find that nice soft gaze, whatever feels better for you. Begin by taking a couple lovely deep breaths. Allow the breath to fill you up completely with each inhale. And let it all go with each exhale. Just taking a couple lovely deep breaths, allowing the breath to fill up our torso. Relaxing a little bit more with each exhale. Tune in to the quality of the air around you. Take a moment. Notice any sounds around you. As you continue with your lovely deep inhalations and exhalations, noticing any sounds, how the air feels on your skin, the sensation of any clothing, as you continue with your lovely deep inhalations and long exhalations. Take a moment, check in with the breath. As you continue to breathe deeply, just notice how the breath moves throughout the body without judgment, without any need to change or fix, simply noticing if the breath gets stuck anywhere, if there's any tightness or tension, or if it flows nice and easy. Letting that be as it is as we continue with our beautiful, deep, lovely breaths, allowing the belly to be nice and soft. Feeling the top of the head, the crown of the head reach gently toward the sky, finding that beautiful elevation, length in the spine. Maybe relaxing the muscles of the face. Beautiful. Continue with your lovely deep inhalations and exhalations and take a couple rounds of breath. Check in with the heart space. You can even allow the hands to find the heart space, to allow your attention to land there. Check in with your heart. Ask yourself, how are you feeling right now? Whatever answer comes up for you, let that be as it is. Just take a couple rounds of breath. Noticing your heart space, your emotions. Take one more full round of breath. As you exhale, you can let that go. Hands can return to the knees. Awesome. Take a moment. Check in with the mind, the quality of the mind, the quality of your thoughts, as you continue to breathe deeply. Notice if the thoughts are you're stuck on something, you're worried about all the things that you have to do. Just notice for a couple full rounds of breath. Consciously slowing the breath allows us to slow the mind, connect to ourselves. Awesome, you can let that go at this point in time. Maybe close the eyes, just take 5 full rounds of breath. Take 5 full rounds of breath. Inhaling to completion. Feeling that beautiful, gentle expansion upward throughout the chest. Feeling yourself grow tall with each exhale, sinking into your seat, really feeling rooted, deeply rooted in your foundations, any point of contact with the earth. Take a few more full rounds of breath just like this, expanding upward and grounding down simultaneously. You can let that imagery go if you'd like. We'll take a quick moment, place hands at heart center. Set a personal intention for your practice today. Intention is a word or a phrase, anything that you want to manifest, focus on throughout your practice. So just notice what comes up. Find that intention, allow it to fill you up, radiate throughout you. Take a nice slow inhale, seal that intention in. Nice long exhale, let it go. Hands can relax back down to the knees. Take a nice slow inhale. Reach the crown of the head up toward the sky. Find that beautiful length in the spine. As you exhale, allow the chin to drop to the chest. Inhale and do a nice big circle in one direction with the nose. Rolling the head in a nice big circle, inhaling to look up. Exhaling as the chin drops. Next time the chin drops, roll that circle in the opposite direction. Nice big circle, just feeling this gentle movement, taking your time, opening up our cervical spine. Next time chin drops toward the chest, exhale completely. Inhale and gently roll that head back up to center. Awesome. All right, we're going to reach up. As we inhale, reach one arm up. Make a fist, grab as you exhale, bend that elbow and reach the opposite arm up. So just reach up as we inhale and exhale, bending one arm and reaching the opposite arm. Just rolling out the wrists. You can make fists, spread the fingers wide, whatever feels good for you. Just waking up the shoulders, waking up our wrists. Take one more round of breath, just like this. Movement linked with breath. Inhale and actively reach the fingertips up toward the sky. Biceps next to the ears, creating length, growing tall. Exhale, arms relax down. Awesome. Okay, we're going to inhale the arms up to shoulder height. As we exhale, the fingertips of the right hand are going to press forward toward me. The fingertips of the left hand are going to reach back. So we press out through the heel of that left hand. Inhale. Exhale, relax your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale. As you exhale, allow the right ear to drop to the right shoulder, gently opening up the median nerve in the left arm, noticing any sensations that we feel in the arms and the shoulders. Keeping our fingertips spread nice and wide, actively pressing through the heel of that left hand. Take one more round of breath. Inhale the head back up to center, fingertips up to center. As we exhale, right fingertips this time draw back, left fingertips this time draw forward. Inhale. Exhale, left ear drops to left shoulder. Feeling the gentle activation all along this median nerve in the right arm. Nerve that connects from the neck all the way down the forearm to, I believe, the pointer finger and the thumb, if not all of the fingers. Take one more round of breath here. Nice soft belly, shoulders relaxed away from ears. Inhale up to center. Exhale, let it go. Awesome. Extend those legs long. They've been tucked under for a couple minutes, so extend them long. You can shake them out. Shake out the knees, wiggle everything out. Allow the blood to just flow back downward. Take a moment, point and flex your feet. Say hello to your feet, wiggle your toes. Really Find that beautiful length in the spine. All right, we're going to inhale, sweep the arms up, out, and around. Fingertips reach toward the sky. Exhale, hinge forward. Hinge forward, trying to maintain that beautiful flat back. Hands land wherever they land, on the shins or the toes. Trying to maintain that beautiful flat back. If we round, we just want that to be conscious rounding. So if you want to round toward the end, that's okay. Just try to maintain that flat back all the way down, and then gently round if you'd like to do that. Breathe wherever you are, either with our nice flat back or gently rounded. Sending the breath to our hamstrings. Not judging ourselves, loving ourselves just as we are in this moment. Take one more full round of breath. Exhale, gently roll up, coming back to center, reaching the crown of the head up tall. Awesome. Sweep the legs to one side, roll over the knees to come into table. Very first tabletop position of the day. Hands under shoulders and knees under hips. Awesome, we're gonna do some nice cat-cows, open up our beautiful spines. So as we inhale, we're going to allow the belly to drop toward the earth, crack open our heart space, look up. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin in for our cat. Inhale, belly drops, shoulder blades squeeze together, shine the heart forward. Exhale, shoulder blades wrap around the body, gently pressing into the fingertips to round. Take a couple more at your own pace. Inhaling for cow and exhaling for cat. It always confused me that they called it cat-cow, but you typically do cow first. I always want to call this cat and the other one cow. Anyway, ignore me. Breathe and take one more cat and one more cow. Moving with the breath, feeling all of the muscles around the spine open up. All right, inhale and return to your neutral spine. Exhale and let that motion go. Awesome. We're going to inhale, reach our right foot back, reaching our foot back, maybe taking a moment. So our foot is extended at hip height, keeping our hips nice and square toward the earth. Take a moment, roll out that ankle, point and flex your foot. Inhale, reach that foot back actively, actively flexing that foot towards. As you exhale, allow the toes to drop toward the earth. So allow the toes to find the earth, gently planting the right toes down. As you next inhale, rock back. Gently opening up the hamstring, all of the fascia in the foot. Exhale, rock forward. Inhale, rock back. Take a couple more at your own pace. Just maybe even close the eyes. Allow yourself to really drop into this very simple, gently stretching the hamstring, opening up our feet that do so much for us. Take one more. Come to stillness, shoulders land over the wrists. We're going to inhale the right leg back up to hip height. If this is where we want to stay, then play around here. This is beautiful. If we're feeling comfortable, shift your weight into your right hand. Make sure it's planted directly underneath your right shoulder. And we can inhale the left hand up, balancing table. Whoop. If you lose your balance like I just did, laugh. Find that drishti, point of focus, fixated point to stare at on the floor or the wall. Gently activate the core, pulling the navel, the belly button up toward the sternum to prevent any pinching in this low back, keeping our hips nice and square toward the earth. Take maybe 3 more full rounds of breath here. Actively pressing through our right foot and reaching out through our left fingertips. We can let it go if it becomes too much at any point in time. Take one more full round of breath. as you exhale, gently release the left hand and the right knee. Take a moment, maybe shake it out, maybe arch around the back, maybe do a couple table circles. Any motions to let that go, a gentle balancing posture. We're going to be focusing on a lot of balance today. So it's going to be activating our ego. So we have to be mindful, compassionate toward ourselves. All right, so we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Inhale when you're ready. Inhale the left leg up to hip height. Extend that foot long. Roll it out. Point and flex. Inhale. Exhale, drop the toes. Plant the toes on the mat. Inhale and exhale. Begin rocking back and forth. Move with the breath. Just close the eyes. Gently feeling gentle activation of our hamstring. Waking up the bottom of the foot. Sending gratitude to our feet. Take one more, rock it back one more time before coming to stillness. Shoulders land over the wrists. All right, and we're going to move into balancing table. So find that drishti. Inhale, lift the left leg up to hip height, actively pressing through that heel. Shift your weight into your left hand, making sure your shoulder is planted directly, your wrist is planted directly underneath your shoulder. And we can inhale the right arm up. Actively reaching out through our right fingertips as we press through our left heel. Reminder to gently activate the core. Take 3 to 5 more full rounds of breath wherever you are. You can release it out if it becomes too much at any point in time. Being kind to yourself, loving yourself as you are, wherever you are in your journey. Inhale, reach through the foot and the hand. Exhale, release. Release the right hand down, release the left foot down. Awesome. We're going to come into child's pose, so allow the knees to splay wide, big toes touch. Sink the sits bones back. Relaxing all the way down. Walk those arms forward. You can grab onto a prop if the forehead doesn't comfortably reach the floor or the mat. Relaxing it all the way down. Breathe wherever you are. Allow the belly to be beautifully soft. Allow the breath to fill you up. Maybe reconnecting to that personal intention, whatever that was for you. Soaking in that intention with each inhale. And relaxing a little bit more with each exhale. Take one more full, slow round of breath. Inhale. We're going to gently come back up to our neutral table. All right. Exhale, we're going to come into puppy. So the legs are going to stay where they are. We're simply going to extend, walk the arms long. Allow the forearms to release down, elbows release down, and the forehead can release down as well. Coming into puppy. So the hips stay lifted, knees are gently planted underneath the hips. Toes can be tucked or untucked, doesn't really matter. The forehead can also find a prop here. Take maybe 5 full rounds of breath. Puppy is a beautiful
alternate posture if child's pose is difficult, if we have tight hips, or if down dog can become too much.
Breathe, feeling the shoulder blades squeeze together, that beautiful chest expansion. Take one more full round of breath. Exhale and gently walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Returning to our table, we're going to make our way down onto our belly. So if you want to come down onto forearms, maybe walk the feet back, releasing down onto the belly, preparing for boat pose. Sorry, I'm just checking the time too. All right, cool. All right, so allow the arms to extend alongside the torso, the palms gently facing the legs. All right, for our boat, you can either have the option to keep the toes and the legs together or have them at hip distance. They're not splaying out super wide. I prefer to keep my toes together. Kind of gives me, I don't know, a sense of contact, but however you want to do that. All right, so we're going to inhale the left foot up, reach it toward the sky, reach that foot back like someone's pulling on your right toe, reaching it back, extending that leg long, release, exhale and release it down. Do the same thing on the opposite side. Inhale the left leg up, reach those toes back like someone's pulling on your toes, reach, exhale, let it go. Awesome, and we'll play around with the arms. A little bit. We'll inhale, lift the chest off of the earth, lift the chin and the chest, actively squeezing the shoulder blades together and reaching those fingertips back, fingers spread nice and wide, reaching the fingers back toward the toes. Exhale, you can let that go. Awesome, so for boat pose, we're gonna lift both the legs and the chest. All right, so if you don't feel comfortable with that, be mindful, it's a gentle class. If you don't feel comfortable with that, you can play around with just lifting the chest again or play around with lifting the legs. But if you feel comfortable coming into the full expression, gentle reminder, toes are either together or at hip distance. We're going to inhale and lift both the legs and the chest off of the mat. Actively reaching those fingertips back, pressing down actively through our pelvic triangle, activating the glutes, feeling this beautiful chest expansion. Take 3 full rounds of breath here. Gentle activation in the core. Reaching through both the fingers and the hands. Inhale, exhale, release all the way down, nice and slow. Create a pillow for your head with your hands and look in one direction. Allow the cheek to land on hands and breathe. Letting all of that energy work, relax, and dissipate with full, beautiful rounds of breath. Take one full round of breath with the exhale, allowing yourself to melt onto the mat, letting go of any tension that we created. Beautiful. On your next inhale, gently slide the hands underneath the shoulders. Exhale, gently press into the hands, return to our neutral table. Knees land underneath the hips. Awesome. I rarely teach boat pose. It's a hard one. It can be really difficult, but awesome. Okay. So we're going to tuck the back toes and lift up into our very first down dog of the day. Lift the knees and the hips, coming into down dog. Actively suction cup, all knuckles onto the mat. Gently connecting to your foundations and rising up from them. rotate the elbows, so the eyes of the elbows, the creases of the elbows are rotated in toward one another. Actively press the hips up to have that nice beautiful spine as you drive the heels down toward the earth. Always the option to bend the knees. Take a couple full rounds of breath before introducing any motion, before walking or pedaling your dog. Inhale and exhale. You can begin walking or pedaling by bending one knee, driving the opposite heel toward the earth. Stretching out those hamstrings. Awesome, moving with the breath. Take one more full round of breath. If you're walking your dog, we'll come to stillness. Inhale and exhale. Walk the feet toward the hands, coming into ragdoll. Feet land underneath the hips and hang. Allow yourself to hang. You can grab opposite elbows, interlace fingers behind the head, or simply let the arms dangle. You can sway side to side, maintaining a gentle micro bend in the knees. Breathing. Feeling all four corners of your foundations really rooted down, the weight shifting between them. All right, inhale and exhale, gently come to stillness. Allow the arms to dangle if they aren't there already. Increase the bend in the knees, and as you next inhale, gently roll up. Nice and slow, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Bring the head to come up last. Taking any adjustments that you may need. I'm going to take a sip of coffee, so if anyone needs a water break, go for it. Awesome. Allow hands to find heart center. Feet land underneath the hips in our Tadasana. Reconnect with that intention as you allow the eyes to close. You allow the blood to flow down. Feeling all four corners of the feet. Awesome. Inhale. Exhale, let that go. Okay, we're going to come into eagle. Eagle, one of our favorite balancing postures. So if you need a chair or a wall or anything like that, please feel free to move in that direction at this point in time. We're going to begin on our right side. On our right side, so whenever you're ready, gently shifting your weight into your right leg, really rooting down through all four corners of the feet. Find that drishti. You can begin tapping the toes of the left foot. Tapping the toes a couple times just to find that real beautiful balance and stability in our right leg. When you feel stable, All right, we're going to inhale, grow nice and tall, reach the crown of the head up toward the sky, find that length. Exhale, bend your right leg. Bend your right leg. As you bend your standing right leg, you're taking your left leg and swinging it around. Swinging it around, crossing it over so the left leg crosses over the right. If this is as far as you want to go, with the toes planted on the outside edge of that right foot, that's awesome. That's beautiful. That's great. If you want to take it any further, if you're feeling stable here, the hands can stay on hips or at heart center. Forgot to mention that. We'll inhale and exhale, increase the bend in the leg and attempt to wrap the toes around the right calf. Finding that stability there. Wherever you are, the toes can be planted, no judgment, keeping the hips nice and square, squeezing the legs together to create a bind. Making all adjustments and balance in the weight and the ankles. If we feel stable here, we can inhale, arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, allow the hands to come in front. Fingertips reach in front. Inhale. And exhale, we're going to cross the right arm over the left at the elbow. Right arm crosses over the left. Inhale, reach the thumbs toward the ears. Exhale, attempt to wrap the forearms around one another, pressing the hands together. Take maybe 5 full rounds of breath wherever you are. Feeling the shoulder blades wrap around the body. So you can either attempt eagle legs or eagle arms. If you feel yourself start to fall out of it, just gently coming out. Just gently coming out and attempting it again if you'd like. Balance is all about our ego. So, take one more full round of breath wherever you are. Inhale and exhale, release. Release it out. Allow that left hand to find the earth. Allow the arms to unwind. You can inhale, allow hands to find heart center. Exhale, close the eyes. Really root down through that right foot. Feeling that beautiful activation that we created, that beautiful energy. Noticing how truly grounded we feel. Awesome. Inhale and exhale, let that go. Do the same thing on the opposite side. So again, it can be really helpful if you just want to attempt the legs and like have a chair close by or be close by a wall. You can just do that. If the legs are too hard, just try the arms. Just try the arms. You can stay in Tadasana and just try the arms and play around with that. So be gentle with yourself. It's a gentle class. I know eagle can activate the ego for a lot of people. It's a more difficult posture. All right, so shift your weight into your left leg by tapping the toes of that right foot, really rooting down through all 4 corners of your left foot as you tap the right toes. And be mindful, this side might feel a little different than the other side, and that's totally okay. All right, hands can find hips or heart center. Inhale, crown of the head reaches up toward the sky. Exhale, bend that standing leg. As you next inhale, cross the right leg over the left. The toes can plant on the earth on the outside edge of your left foot. Or if you're feeling nice and stable, increase the bend in the standing leg and attempt to wrap the toes around the calf. Awesome. Find stability here. This is a little tough for me today, so I'm just going to be okay with having my foot down. And that's okay. Love yourself wherever you are. Inhale, arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, allow the fingers to come in front of us. Make sure we find that drishti. So this time we're going to inhale, cross the left arm over the right, crossing at the elbow. Exhale. Inhale, thumbs sweep up next to the ears. Exhale, attempt to wrap the forearms and press the palms together. Breathe in your eagle posture, grounding down through all 4 corners of that left foot, finding that drishti, squeezing the legs together to create that beautiful bind. Take maybe 3 more full rounds of breath wherever you are, smiling and laughing if you fall out of it. Gently releasing that foot if you fall out of it like I just did. It's a-okay. Take 1 more full round of breath wherever you are. Inhale and exhale, gently allow that right foot to find the earth and unwind the arms. Nice. Awesome. Allow hands to find heart center. Close the eyes. Notice how you feel. Check in with your heart space. Notice any emotions that may have come up for you while practicing balance. Can you be okay with them, just as they are? Beautiful. Inhale and exhale. You can let that go. We'll step to the tops of our mats if we're not there already. Feet land underneath the hips. We're going to inhale the arms up, out, and around. Exhale, swan dive down. Maintain a flat back and a bend in the knees as you fold forward, returning to ragdoll. Hanging out here for a couple moments, maybe swaying side to side. Just releasing all of that out. Awesome. Inhale. Exhale. As you next inhale, we're gonna halfway lift, so hands slide up the shins, come to the knees, have a nice flat back like someone could balance a cup of tea or coffee on it. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, maintain that slight bend in the knees. Exhale, come all the way up, fingertips touch at the top, so reach those fingertips up, returning to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, we're going to come into warrior one. So from here, we're standing in Tadasana at the top of our mat, standing in our mountain pose. We're going to inhale, shift our weight into our right leg. Exhale, step our left foot back about a leg's distance, coming into warrior one. On the right side, so option we can keep. If you want to add a little bit more balance, I do my warrior ones with my right heel lifted. Not all teachers teach that way, but that's just how I do it. And that does actually incorporate a little bit more balance. So if you do want to challenge yourself with balance, and maybe test that out for yourself. But if you feel more comfortable, you can rotate that left foot down, heel touches the ground, actively pressing through the outer edge of that left foot with the toes facing that long edge of the mat at about 45 degrees. If the toes are down or if the heel is down, make sure the hips are square toward the front of the mat. All right, we're going to inhale the arms up, come next to the ears, biceps come next to the ears. Exhale, bend into that front leg. Breathe wherever you are. If shoulders are sensitive, you can always keep hands on hips, keep hands at heart center. Check in with that knee. Make sure that the knee and the ankle are beautifully in line. We're not hyperextending, reaching that knee out over the ankle. You can always make the angle a little bit less than 90 degrees. If a full 90 is too intense, breathe wherever you are, actively reaching up through the fingertips. Take maybe 3 more full rounds of breath, noticing how the energy is shifting throughout your body as you hold this stagnant posture. Inhale. And exhale, straighten the leg, release the hands to the hips. Ooh, I almost lost my balance trying to look at my notes there. All right, inhale, grow nice and tall. Exhale, step that foot forward, returning to Tadasana. Awesome. Take a moment, ground down through both of your feet. Actively grounding down through all 4 corners of the toes. We're going to come into dancer. From here, we're going to come into dancer. So again, if you need a chair, anything to help with balance, please do that at this point in time. But if we're feeling good from our Tadasana, we're gently going to shift our weight into our right leg again and bend our left leg so the heel reaches toward the left glute, reaching around with our left hand and grabbing onto the top of that left foot. Awesome. Find some stability here. Grounding down. If we feel good, we can inhale the right arm up to shoulder height. And as we exhale, we're just gently going to begin tipping forward, maintaining that slight micro bend in the standing right leg, keeping our hips nice and square toward the earth, finding that drishti, gently tipping forward, kind of like a little teapot. As we gently tip forward, we're actively pressing our left foot into our left hand just as much as the hand is pressing into the foot. So creating a little bit of a bind there. If you fall, all good. It is an opportunity to try again. Just try and fall gently. let yourself out of the posture gently. I kind of hopped there. All right, so gently tipping forward, reaching that arm long, extending that foot up toward the sky, pressing it into the hand, maintaining that bend in the standing right leg, keeping the hips nice and square toward the earth, going as far as we feel comfortable. And if we fall out of it, that's okay. Take one more full round of breath, wherever you are. Inhale and exhale, gently come back to center, rising up and releasing that left foot whenever you feel ready. Inhale, hands up to heart center. Exhale, close the eyes, reconnect with that intention. Reconnect with your intention. As you breathe and slow the mind. Awesome. Inhale and exhale, let that go. And we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. So, from our Tadasana, the top of our mat, shifting our weight into our left leg, reaching the sole of our right foot up toward our glute and grabbing onto the top of that foot if we feel comfortable doing so. I'm just moving back so I make sure I stay in frame here. Okay, awesome. If we feel comfortable here, we can inhale the left arm up to shoulder height. You can always play around with like a wall or anything like this too. You could always have a wall in front of you and play around that way. That could be a fun way to play around with the dance hall. So anyway, inhaling arm up, left arm up to shoulder height. Exhale, begin tipping forward, keeping our hips nice and square, leading with the heart, actively pressing into that right hand, reaching the right foot up toward the sky. There's a little arch in the back here, so actively, gently activating the core to protect the low back. Breathing wherever you are. I haven't done dancer in a while. Awesome. Breathing wherever you are. Reaching out through the left fingertips. Take maybe 3 more full rounds of breath. Feeling all weight shifting in the left foot. 1 more round of breath wherever you are. Inhale and exhale. Gently tip forward, stacking the head over the heart and heart over hips. Exhale, you can release that right foot. Awesome. Come to the top of your mat. Hands find heart center. Close your eyes and breathe. Close your eyes and breathe. Love yourself just as you are right now. You deserve it. Awesome. Inhale. Exhale, you can release the hands. Come to the tops of your mats if we're not there already. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up, out, and around. Fingertips touch gently at the top. Exhale, swan dive down, nice flat back. Hang out in ragdoll for a couple rounds of breath. Doing whatever you like. You can sway side to side. Maybe grab onto big toes and gently pull yourself down. I need to do that toward the end of my practice to stretch out my hammies, my hamstrings. God, that was so corny. I apologize. So do whatever you'd like in your ragdoll, swaying side to side or gently pulling down toes. Well, hooking your toes and gently pulling yourself down. Awesome. Take 1 more full round of breath wherever you are. Beautiful. Allow the hands to plant underneath the shoulders. We're going to inhale and exhale, step back to down dog. Very last down dog of the day. Second and last, so your choice. You can have it nice and stagnant, or you can introduce some motion, walking it or pedaling your dog. Breathing wherever you are. Actively reaching those hips up toward the sky. Trying to maintain our beautiful flat back. Even here, trying to create space between shoulders and the ears. Take 1 or 2 more full rounds of breath wherever you are. Inhale. Actively reach the hips up toward the sky. Exhale, allow the knees to find the earth, coming into table. Coming into table for 1 full round of breath. Inhale. And exhale, allow the knees to be wide. Knees splay wide, big toes touch. Child's pose. Sink the sits bones back toward the heels. Arms extend long. Forehead finds the earth or a prop. Breathe. Breathe here, taking full and complete rounds of breath. Allow your belly to be nice and soft. Maybe imagine the breath expanding into the back body, creating space between each of your vertebrae with each inhale. Really ground down through your forehead. Feel your forehead connected to either the earth or a prop. Feel that gentle pressure on your third eye as you continue with your beautiful deep breaths. Notice how that gentle pressure will begin to clarify our thoughts, clear our mind, get rid of some of that fogginess that we may be experiencing mentally. Beautiful. Take 1 more full round of breath. On your next inhale, gently and slowly rising up to our neutral table. We'll sweep the legs to one side and allow the sits bones to find the earth. Relax the torso down. We're going to come into bridge. So allow the torso to find the earth. Torso relaxes down. Feet are going to plant on the mat in line with the hips. Knees are going to stay bent. Torso relaxes all the way down. Arms relax alongside the torso, palm down. All right, take a moment, inhale, and walk your heels in toward your glutes. Just an inch or 2, maybe a couple inches. They do not have to touch, just gently walking the heels in toward the glutes. Awesome. From here, inhale, and exhale, actively tuck your tailbone down toward your heels. Actively tucking that tailbone down toward your heels to prevent any pinching in the low back, drawing the navel, the belly button up toward the sternum. All right, we're going to try to maintain this beautiful length that we found in our low back as we inhale and reach the hips up toward the sky. Maybe walking the shoulder blades underneath the body, and you can even interlace the fingers underneath the glutes. Gentle reminder, lengthen the tailbone down toward the heels. Gently activate the core to prevent pinching. Protect that low back. Awesome. Breathe in your bridge, noticing if the knees are splaying wide, keep them in line with the hips. Breathing, noticing if there's any tension you can let go of. Any tension in the fingers, the forehead, the jaw. Even maybe let go of some of the tension in the glutes.
Take 3 full rounds of breath wherever you are. Loving yourself in our bridge pose. Inhale and exhale as you lower down, actively tucking that tailbone down. Actively tucking that tailbone down, tucking it toward the heels, lowering all the way down, nice and slow. Awesome. Allow the soles to touch, knees splay wide, coming into reclined bound angle. So allow the knees to fall apart, the soles of the feet touch. Hands can relax down onto the low belly. Breathe here and close the eyes. If you have 2 props, if you have 2 blocks or 2 pillows, blankets, you can place them underneath the knees for a little bit of extra support there. Breathe in your reclined, bound angle. Sending your breath to the hips. Noticing any emotions that may come up for us. Hip space stores a lot of emotions. Allow the belly to be nice and soft. Maybe even allow the lips to part. Take 1 more full round of breath wherever you are. Inhale, gently allow the knees to come together. Exhale, squeeze the knees in toward the chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Maybe rock side to side to massage the low back. Saying thank you to your body for all that it does for you. Awesome. Maybe take 1 moment and come into happy baby if you'd like. Bending the knees even more and grabbing onto the big toes. Maybe extending one leg long, extending the other, extending both, maybe rocking side to side, and happy baby as well. Gently pulling the knees in toward the armpits. Awesome. Inhale and exhale. Give yourself 1 more nice big hug. Inhale. Exhale, allow the legs to release down onto the earth, preparing for our Shavasana. Awesome. You can allow the arms to extend long. Palms can be up. You can maybe walk the palms away from the torso to create a little bit of space in the shoulders. Allow the feet to fall open. Maybe take a couple full rounds of breath. A couple nice big sighs. To ground yourself into this space. To let our beautiful practice go. And when you feel comfortable, letting go, all focus on the breath, returning to your normal, natural rhythm of breathing. If your attention is pulled anywhere, your mind starts to wander, simply notice those thoughts. Notice those thoughts, acknowledge them, thank them, and send them on their way. Returning to the sensation of your body melting into the earth. Returning to the sensation of being alive. Allow your attention to land on the soles of the feet. Notice the sensations of any clothing, any air.
Allow your attention to gently trail upward to the tops of the feet, noticing the tops of the feet. Feel your ankles, your heels, beautifully grounded. Allow your attention to gently trail up the shins. Notice the muscles of your calves. Allow your attention to land on your kneecaps. Gentle crease in the legs, behind the knees. Notice the thick, strong muscles of your quads, relaxing, unwinding, and letting go. Feel your hips, any spaciousness or openness we've created there. Notice the gentle curve in your low back, the lumbar spine, the space between your mat and your skin. Gently allow your attention to trail upward along your spine, noticing each vertebrae. Feel your shoulder blades grounded and rooted into the earth. Allow your attention to gently trail down the upper arms to the elbows, all the way down the forearms to notice the palms, wrists, and the fingers. Gently allow your attention to trail back up the arms to notice the space, the air behind your neck. Allow your throat to relax. Feel the back of the head heavy on the earth. Last but certainly not least, relax the muscles of the face, the brow, the eyelids, the cheeks, and the jaw. Allow yourself to be here for the next few moments. Basking in yourself, knowing that you are more than enough, just as you are. Only when you feel complete, you can gently allow yourself to return to the space wiggling fingers and toes, maybe taking a couple nice sighs, full rounds of breath. Maybe taking a full body stretch, like you're just waking up. Only when you're ready, gently rolling over onto whatever side is calling you. Squeezing the knees in toward the chest, giving yourself one last big hug. And when you are ready, meeting me in a seated position, taking your time. And close out our practice by placing hands at heart center, taking a nice slow inhale, nice long exhale, bow, Jai Bhagwan, the light in me honors the light in you. Thank you so much, as always, for joining me